I obviously can't list absolutely every game I have played from memory, so the way I'm tackling the ranking is with the help of video game databases. What this also means though is that sometimes I notice a game that I haven't ever played or even heard about, but for one reason or another, it catches my interest. That's how I discovered Ice Climber, and what brought it to my attention really is the divisive reception it seems to have. And the game looked cute, so I decided to play it for a while. I understand now why the game is so divisive. Its platforming is pretty much nothing like from a game that became the market leader in this regard at the time, Super Mario Bros. Luckily, I really don't like the platforming from the first Super Mario Bros. Game, so I don't care that Ice Climber doesn't play like it. In fact, I would even say Ice Climber shouldn't play like it because it's not a left-to-right platformer, it's a down-to-up platformer. And from that perspective, the jumping in Ice Climber might require a little time to get used to, but it makes perfect sense for the kind of game it is. Even the fact that after jumping you can nudge directions only while close to the top of the very high but thin arc. And I actually really enjoyed the game. It's cute, the music is cool, the levels are good, I like the dynamics of finding blocks to break before the holes are fixed by Topies. It's thoroughly enjoyable. Up to a certain point. Ice Climber was originally released on NES, it got ported to an arcade cabinet later, however as a game it still lives in this weird spot between a home console experience and an arcade quarter-munching romp. For what it's worth, the only reason to fully start over is if you're interested in a high score, otherwise you can just select whichever level you want, so you're never blocked from experiencing the game in its entirety. That being said, starting with about Mountain 11-ish out of 32, the level design becomes much more hectic and chaotic, with elements moving faster than they ever have before, like in an arcade game that at some point tries to make you die, so you could put in extra quarters to replay over and over again until you get better, only to die a little bit later. And I don't know, to me it leaves a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth, but I'm still going to rank Ice Climber pretty highly. Higher than Super Mario Bros. For sure, between Pac-Man and Space Invaders to be exact. I really like my time with Ice Climber levels that I think are reasonable, even if some of them are challenging. But then it sort of becomes challenging in a way I kind of find somewhat unreasonable. And if that were not the case, I would actually put the game at an even higher spot. Honestly, I think it is underrated.